Their understarters orders. They're off.
They have about 3 miles of travel this time, over 17 fences. And Ardent Spy is the early leaders. They make their way up towards the first. Oisins Castle, pulling hard, goes up to join them. Then line third is Tartan Tempest. And the last to jump was Border Tinker. Running now towards the open ditch for the first time, the first of 3, where Oisins Castle now shows in the lead by 2 or 3 lengths from Ardent Spy. Tartan Tempest jumps in third in front of Confident Boat, Wild Argosy, and then comes Bonnie Artist and finally Border Tinker. So that's the orders. They run down to the far turn for the first time. Oisins Castle now kicking on into a good clear lead of about 6 lengths from Ardent Spy, who's now in second place. Then comes Tartan Tempest. Little gap after that to Wild Argosy, who raced with Bonnie Artist. And lastly comes Border Tinker as they make their way into the straight for the first time. With still Oisins Castle a long way clear, now about 10 lengths. Being followed then by Ardent Spy, then comes Tartan Tempest, Bonnie Artist, Confident Boat, Wild Argosy on the inside, and the last to jump it, Border Tinker. But still the lead held by Oisins Castle as they come up towards another plain fence, and he's still being followed by Ardent Spy and Tartan Tempest. Then just on the hills the leading 3, then races Confident Boat, Bonnie Artist, Wild Argosy towards the far side, and meanwhile Border Tinker continues to bring up the rear as they come to this fence, which has to be jumped 3 times. All over that, Oisins Castle not quite so far in front now, only about 2 or 3 lengths from Ardent Spy. Then comes Tartan Tempest, little gap a length or so to Wild Argosy. He's on the inside of Bonnie Artist. Up on the outside of that pair is Confident Boat, and then comes Border Tinker. So they've jumped 5 of the 17 as they make their way towards the far straight, and still over 2 miles to travel. Oisins Castle continues with the advantage of 2 or 3 lengths in front of Ardent Spy. Another gap of 2 or 3 lengths back to Tartan Tempest. Then all in the group, Confident Boat racing on the far side of Bonnie Artist. On the inside, Wild Argosy, and then comes Border Tinker. So they have those 3 fences down that far side again to jump, the last of those 3 being an open ditch. And Oisins Castle still the leader from Ardent Spy and Tartan Tempest as they go over this one. And they're all over that one, and still towards the rear of the field is Border Tinker, who's in 7th place, but the lead is still held by Oisins Castle, who leads Wild Argosy by, Ardent Spy by about a couple of lengths. Tartan Tempest close up in 3rd, then comes Confident Boat, Wild Argosy, Bonnie Lassie and Border Tinker. Racing now towards the open ditch for the 2nd of the 3 times, and Oisins Castle still in command, but only just in front of Ardent Spy. All safely over that one, so they make that bottom turn for the 2nd time, and the lead is still held by Oisins Castle. Ardent Spy about 2 lengths back in 2nd place. He's about 1.5 in front of Tartan Tempest, and then just about a length off Tartan Tempest in 4th place is Confident Boat, who's just in front of Wild Argosy and Bonnie Lassie, and then it's a gap of about 6 lengths back to Border Tinker. Leaders now starting to turn in the straight, and as they do so, Oisins Castle still the leader, being followed then by Ardent Spy, Tartan Tempest, up on the outside, Confident Boat, then comes Wild Argosy and Bonnie Artist. All over that, the last to jump it, Border Tinker, as they come now towards another couple of plain fences before they go out on the last circuit. And Oisins Castle continues in the lead, but only just in front on the far side, Tartan Tempest, on the near side, Ardent Spy. And those 2 are now gone past Oisins Castle as they come up towards the next fence, fence number 11, which will be the 17th and final one next time round. And once again, all 7 runners safely over that one, and so they go out on the last circuit, and Tartan Tempest and Ardent Spy, the 2 leaders, they match it stride by stride. They're about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Oisins Castle. Then comes Confident Boat, Bonnie Artist up on the outside of Wild Argosy, and still continuing, but still in 7th place is Border Tinker. So that's the order as they go out on the last circuit, with Tartan Tempest showing ahead of Ardent Spy, about 3/4 length between those 2. Another couple back to Oisins Castle. He's about 2 in front of Confident Boat, and another couple to Wild Argosy. He in turn is a couple in front of Bonnie Artist. And still continuing is Border Tinker, still towards the rear of the field. And so they have 3 more fences down that far side, 2 plain ones before they go to the open ditch for the 3rd and last time. and Tartan Tempest in the lead as they come to it by about half a length in front of Ardent Spy, who put in a good jump there, well on terms the leader, and these two are now about 5 lengths of the improving Wild Argosy, and then comes Confident Boat and Oisins Castle. Racing now towards the next, and the two leaders virtually matching strides, but that's where Confident Boat has gone, so Confident Boat have fallen there as the leaders made their way up towards the open ditch at last on the far side for the final time, and Ardent Spy just leading Tartan Tempest over that one. Wild Argosy not too clever, but still landed safely in third place, and those three have then gone well clear of the other two. Bonnie Artist has been pulled up, and so they make the bottom turn the Colonel R Thompson Memorial Trophy Chase, and as they do so, little to choose between Ardent Spy on the far side of Tartan Tempest on the near side. These two matching strides. They're about 6 lengths in front of Wild Argosy, and Wild Argosy is well in front of the ones towards the rear, and they include Oisins Castle even further behind his border Tinker. But the leader's now in the straight, racing now towards the third last. And on the far side, Tartan Tempest. On the near side, Ardent Spy. They come to it together, touchdown virtually together. They're about 5 lengths in front of Wild Argosy, but Tartan Tempest now begin to get the better of Ardent Spy, but only just. They come now towards the penultimate fence, well clear of Wild Argosy. And once again on touching down, Ardent Spy will not be denied, hanging on there to Tartan Tempest, and it's between these two. They're well clear of Wild Argosy. They race now towards the final fence, and as they do so, Tartan Tempest on the far side puts in the better jump, comes out of it about a couple of lengths of good from Ardent Spy. They race up towards the line. Tartan Tempest, N Doughty in the lead from on the near side, Ardent Spy, and they finish well clear of Wild Argosy.